The impact of ESL primary pupils watching cartoons in English. Charles A. Lucas, a capstone in partial fulfillment of the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Education in Early Childhood Education, Paris College of International Education. Introduction. Since the introduction of technology and the ease of access, ESL children must be exposed to the target language as soon as possible, as regularly as available, and as repetitively as needed. The students I teach were born and raised in disadvantaged areas in Thailand. They grow up under the care of relatives, sometimes grandparents, with little or no education, since their parents left them at home and moved to big cities like Bangkok and Pathum Thani to seek more opportunities and earn more money. Most of the students' families rely on working to sustain life. Their living standard is very low, sufficient for survival, but that's about it. Since caretakers of the students do not have the physical abilities, financial means, or knowledge needed to take care of them, those students consequently are suffering developmental issues like dropping out of school and becoming vulnerable to poverty and illiteracy. Although the central government has been trying its best to guarantee that the financial and educational resources are fairly distributed, factors like inefficient implementation of supplies still result in lacking resources, including certified teachers and enough teaching facilities. In the face of my students' hardships, I think the very first thing that they need is my care, a good relationship, spaces of trust and commitment to listening. What do I mean by care? It involves the response to students' needs at different levels, academic, social, emotional, and building a trusting relationship with them. For example, besides disseminating knowledge to my students in class, I would occasionally organize field trips and one-on-one consultations to find out their needs and requirements. When students know that their teacher cares for them, they will feel welcomed and secure in the classroom, which to a large extent will help them to prompt their effective filter in their language acquisition. In addition to providing them with the knowledge, we should care about their daily lives and let them know that their teacher cares about them, which will help to make them feel safer and better able to cope with the teacher in the classroom. Considering the ultimate goals of my teaching are to motivate my students' interests in learning English, to help them gain higher levels of listening, speaking, reading and writing, and to help them become lifelong learners, I consider my students' literacy in Thai as a resource. Implement my teaching practices by following the mainstream bilingual program model, and use the L1 to give some instruction. Their familiarity with the English language comes with time, patience, and exposure to cartoons.